Please join us in the singing of our national anthem, accompanied by the Idaho Brass Quintet, directed by Roger Evans and sung by Megan Hopfer.
Stripes and bright stars through the
We'd like to give a warm welcome to all that are here tonight in this exciting evening. We welcome you to this University of Idaho commencement ceremony to honor the students in Idaho Falls. My name is Marc Skinner. I serve as the executive officer for the University of Idaho here in Idaho Falls. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 18th president of the University of Idaho, Dr. Chuck Staben.
Well, thank you very much, Marc, for opening our commencement ceremony. And thank you, everyone, for coming this evening. Marc, we're very grateful for your leadership here as University of Idaho Executive Officer in the Southeast region. We couldn't have a better representative. I'm honored and delighted to be with all of you in Idaho Falls this evening. This is a milestone for our students and an important marker in the continued success of the University of Idaho. Tonight, we come together as a Vandal family. We are celebrating the completion of a long journey and preparing to begin again down the next road. For our graduating students, it has been an honor to serve you with what we hope has been a life-changing educational experience. Delivering an education that broadens perspectives and prepares you for life and work is at the heart of the University of Idaho's institutional mission. As the state's great public research university and as its land-grant institution, we are proud to serve the citizens of Idaho. From Bear Lake to Bonners Ferry, from the Owyhee Range to the Bitterroots, we draw our strength from the people and the places we exist to serve. Travel across our state and you will see Vandal impact everywhere, in our farm fields, in our waterways, in our small towns and cities, each prospering with Vandal innovation, imagination, and inspiration. That impact is alive and well here in southeastern Idaho. The university has lived and grown with Idaho Falls and southeastern Idaho for more than 60 years. You will find us on campus, in classrooms at the Idaho Falls Center, preparing for life and work in any number of disciplines. You will find us engaged in research and scholarship that powers the future. At the Center for Advanced Energy Studies and in partnership with the Idaho National Laboratory and other institutions, we are working to find solutions for renewable energy and other exciting projects while training the next generation of professionals. We Vandals are part of communities across southeastern Idaho. Programs like 4-H and Extension develop leaders and enrich communities. We're proud to serve this region, this corner of Vandal country. It's what we do, and we feel we do it very well. Many of you, graduating students, faculty members, and staff, have contributed to that success. Your commitment makes a difference in the health and prosperity of our state and beyond. You've seized the opportunity to make an impact and transform the world around you. When you walk across the stage today and move the tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, not quite yet, you've completed an important chapter in your life. The degree you receive will open doors for you, as the 117,000 Vandal graduates before you can attest. I look forward to seeing how you make the most of your opportunities. So let me share with you just one example of Vandal spirit and determination. If you watched the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio, you watched one of our own take the top spot on the medal stand. Kristen Armstrong is a 1995 graduate of the University of Idaho. She was on the U of I track team and completed a degree in exercise physiology before starting her Olympic journey that saw her win 2 gold medals through 2012 before retiring. Kristen didn't have to compete in the 2016 Summer Olympics. She'd won 2 gold medals already. She'd won 2 world championships. She was enjoying her family, and she'd had success outside of cycling, both professionally and volunteering extensively here in Idaho. But she was determined to compete and win one more time. With only a year to train, her road back to the Olympics was intense. It wasn't easy, but she made it. In Rio, the oldest racer in the field, she battled a bloody nose, the rain and wind, and a host of tough competitors. Behind in the race at the beginning, Kristen then later surged into first. As she neared the finish line and her 3rd consecutive gold medal, her son Lucas raced up to watch her cross the finish line. I hope many of you have seen this clip. Tears of joy were streaming down Kristen's face. Lucas asked his mother, "Mama, why are you crying? You won." As I look around the audience tonight, I'm thrilled to see that so many of our students have your family here to see your success and to meet you, students, at your finish line. And there may be some tears of joy tonight as well. So even if your family can't be here, I hope you all know that you are part of a larger Vandal family. We are here for each other, we root each other on, and we will be there at the finish line. As you go out to pursue your dreams, whether it's a gold medal, success in business and industry, continued scholarship, public service, or whatever success means to you, know that the Vandal family is here for you. You are now and forever a member of the tribe from the north, brave and bold. I hope you will always consider the University of Idaho a home. And remember, as a Vandal, you can go anywhere and do anything. Go for the gold. Congratulations. Let's give every one of our students a round of applause. At this time, I'd like to introduce the people seated on the platform tonight. If you would, hold your applause till I finished. As I call your name behind me, please stand and remain standing. Larry Stauffer, College of Engineering Dean. Lyle Castle, Idaho State University Vice Provost. Bob Smith, Associate Vice President for Research. Jerry McMurtry, College of Graduate Studies Dean. Heather Chermak, Registrar. William Lattin, Affiliate Faculty. Carol Baldwin, Associate Registrar. Kathy Barnard, Alumni Relations Director. Emma Atchley, Regent and State Board of Education Board President. John Wiencek, Provost and Executive Vice President. Rick Amon, EITC President and Commencement Speaker. Marc Skinner, our Executive Officer in the Southeast Region, and Tom Wood, our Faculty Senate Representative. Ladies and gentlemen, our platform party. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks. You can be seated. Honored guests, we thank you for sharing with us the awarding of degrees to the most celebrated members of our university community, our students. Tonight's commencement speaker, Eastern Idaho Technical College President, is Eastern Idaho Technical College President Rick Amon. Dr. Amon earned his doctorate in community college leadership from Oregon State University. Prior to becoming the president of Eastern Idaho Technical College, he served in the Air Force for 21 years, retiring as a lieutenant colonel with 5,000 flight hours. He then served for more than 20 years in various community colleges. In Oregon, he served both Umpqua and Portland community colleges, and in Idaho at College of Western Idaho. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Dr. Rick Amon. Thank you.
President Staben, Board Member Atchley, Dr. Skinner, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends. What a privilege it is for me to be here tonight. I always love graduation. This is a very meaningful time. You know, I'm amongst the smartest people in Idaho Falls, but not only that, the most distinguished. So again, this is quite the honor for me. So graduates, your accomplishments are truly monumental, and we're here to recognize those in this wonderfully historic and intimate setting. This is so much nicer that we can actually recognize your achievements at this site. Whether you're being awarded degrees for completing bachelor's, master's, or PhDs, each will open opportunities that are not available prior to you tonight. Additionally, many of you are non-traditional students, and that is an added achievement. So in my experience, every good commencement address consists of 3 elements. First of all, the speaker is inspiring. Second, the speaker restates the obvious. Third, the speech is short. I apologize, I can probably only do 2 for you tonight. But let me begin then by restating the obvious. Education changes lives. I recall from my college graduation in Oregon, Western Oregon University, my interest was education, but my passion was flying. And at graduation, those 2 came together because I finished a bachelor's, which was required to become a pilot in the Air Force, and I was commissioned at the same time. So that was a monumental time. It changed my life. It was very significant to me, and really culminated in 21 years of flying and 5,000 flight hours. And I've got to admit that when we look at that particular career of aviation, there's a speed of technology that gives me a sense of concern. So sometime in the not too distant future, you may be sitting on an airline and see a flight crew come on board. And you probably or possibly could see a pilot and a dog walk on board. The purpose of the pilot is to feed the dog, and the purpose of the dog is to bite the pilot if he touches anything. We live, in another restatement, we live in a rapidly changing technological world. So my life was changed as a result of my bachelor's and giving me a chance to pursue my passion and interest. And I continued that educational journey as a first-generation student and a non-traditional student, working in the evenings and on the weekends, as many of you have. Maybe all of you have done that. And I just want to acknowledge that because I know how difficult that is. You know, education has always been important to our family. Linda and I have 2 sons, and both have their bachelors. Given our graduation tonight, it helps me recall another incident. So our youngest son, Josh, received his bachelor's at Oregon State in business, and the way things turned out, I received my Ph.D. at the same time. So we had the honor of walking together and receiving our degrees. So graduation is an outward expression of an inward change. You have wisely chosen University of Idaho. Because of that, you are smarter, you're better citizens, you're situationally aware, you're sophisticated. You have knowledge, skills, and abilities. You can think critically, your writing is improved, your communication is improved, your personal interactions have improved, and you have all changed for the better. The degree that you're about to be conferred are going to open doors that have been closed in the past. You've proven to yourself, and this is important, because education really is an individual venture, and I think you would all agree with that. So you've proven to yourself that you can follow through. You can accomplish something important. And it's not because it's easy, but because it's hard, yet worthwhile. On one side, the benefits as a non-traditional student on one side, benefits as a non-traditional student to those of you, to those who are around you. Let me just rephrase that. So you're an example to colleagues, to parents, to spouse, and especially to kids. You're a role model by being a non-traditional student and working through this. You've changed because of the University of Idaho. That's why President Staben is here representing the fine university tonight. Truly, you've changed because of your faculty. Education is a people business. They've spoken into your lives. They have guided your path. They have engaged you each individually. They have worried about you. They've poured themselves into your life, and today is the culmination of that. As you walk across the stage, I want you to soak this in. There's admiration and respect from all of your family and friends for this accomplishment. Some of you have earned degrees in technology, science, software, engineering, and education. Opportunities will open at the lab, lab contractors, regional businesses, and prospects all around the world. You truly are the best and brightest that Idaho has produced. You've been guided and mentored along this path. You need to think and consider about being a mentor to someone. Pay your education forward. Dr. Skinner and I attended the annual INL awards banquet, or actually ceremony about 3 weeks ago, and I was impressed at the recognitions that Lab Director Dr. Peters presented at the ceremony. And one of those was Mentor of the Year. And if you think about that, one of the most significant and technologically advanced organizations in the world took time out to recognize mentors. And that was insightful for me. I really appreciated that. So that was in addition to all the science and technology recognitions that they had. Economically vibrant regions have many opportunities for education, and I'm proud to be associated with a 2-year college here, as you are proud to be associated with the University of Idaho. The K-20 educational continuum in Idaho Falls is made up of many components, many on-ramps and many off-ramps. U of I has been a significant partner for us at Eastern Idaho Technical College, and I really hope that there will be an opportunity for a community college, and we could open up far more opportunities to collaborate. A month ago at Eastern Idaho Technical College Foundation, we had a scholarship banquet, and we brought a number of newly awarded recipients and donors together for a night of fellowship and celebration. The students were gathering there, and they weren't as educated as you, nor as accomplished, but they will be someday. We seated the donors and recipients together at tables and provided the opportunity, and just provide that opportunity to get to know these recipients. My wife Linda and I provided some modest funds, and we got a chance to sit next to one of the recipients. And she's a non-traditional student. She's around 30 years old, married with 4 kids. Her goal is to become a surgical tech, but funds are tight, and she's ill-prepared for college. She never would think of herself as a college student. She needed remedial support in order to complete her program. As many of you who have children, her kids saw her studying at night, and an associate's degree eventually will materialize for her. When she's successful, she will have a wonderful family wage job, be a role model to her kids and family, contribute to society, and hopefully continue her education in universities like University of Idaho. The education does change lives. In a few minutes, we're going to see a 3-dimensional transformation for each of you as University of Idaho students. As you walk across the stage, you're going to be transformed. You will be transformed from students to graduates. For faculty and those of us that are in professions, you're going to be transformed into colleagues. And for the future, you will be transformed into ambassadors for education because you have firsthand experience and know that education changes lives. Given your new role as advocates for education, you will undoubtedly know high school students who will be graduating in a few weeks. If past performance predicts the future, 60% of these high school students are not going to go on to any post-secondary experience. Given your new conferred rights, privileges, and obligations, you can use your finely honed skills in communication and persuasion to guide them away from the immediate gratification of pickups, boats, snow machines, or vacations to Hawaii towards some post-secondary experience, where, like you, the future is bright with opportunity and accomplishment. So let me congratulate you on your well-earned degrees, and I want to remind those of you with engineering disciplines that half of what you know tonight will not be true in 5 years. And for those of you in software disciplines, half of what you know tonight will not be true in 2.5 years. And for faculty, this is known as the full employment program. So I am happy, and also on that happy note, I want to wish you all the best for opportunities and just hope that you can become a mentor for at least one person this year. And let me welcome you as graduates, as colleagues, and ambassadors for education. Thank you.
Rick, if you would come back up, we have a little gift for you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. You can read more about President Amon in our commencement program. Well, in continuing to acknowledge excellence at our university, we recognize undergraduate students who are graduating with special honors today. Provost Wiencek will describe that. John?
You'll note students with honors as they cross the stage by the honor cords worn with the cap and gown. Students, will you please stand as I call your honor? Cum laude, with distinction. Candidates wearing a bronze cord. These candidates have GPAs that would place them in the top 10% of their class. Candidates, will you please rise? Magna cum laude, with great distinction. Candidates wearing the silver cord. These candidates have GPAs that would place them in the top 6% of their class. Will the graduates from their respective colleges with the silver cords please rise? Summa cum laude, with highest distinction. Candidates wearing a gold cord. These candidates whose GPA would place them within the top 3% of graduates from their respective college. Please rise. Well, thank you very much. At this point, I'll turn the podium back to our president.
Thank you, John, and congratulations. Now I'd like to recognize a special individual. A few years ago here in Idaho Falls, we started a tradition of recognizing one member of our affiliate faculty who teaches at the Idaho Falls Center. I think we are fortunate to have the dedication of such outstanding people. Tonight, we'd like to honor Bill Lattin. Bill began his higher education at the State University of New York at Binghamton. He set aside that goal for a few years while he served in the U.S. Navy as a nuclear plant operator and supervisor. Through the Navy, he was introduced to eastern Idaho and discovered his future home. He was able to return to the area as a Navy instructor, which led to a position with the Idaho National Lab as an experimental power reactor operator in 1978. He completed his bachelor's degree in general studies at the University of Idaho's Idaho Falls Center in 1981. He then left Idaho to work at the 3 Mile Island Nuclear Power Station. After a 5-year stint there, he was able to return to his adopted home, Idaho. And upon return, he completed master's and doctoral degrees in environmental science from the University of Idaho. The University of Idaho, Idaho Falls presents Bill with the Nathan A. Chipman Outstanding Affiliate Faculty Award. Bill? Now, Provost Wiencek will announce the granting of university degrees earned by you, our students.
We are about to begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the doctorate, master's, and bachelor's degrees. These degrees have been completed through formal study at the University of Idaho. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present at these exercises, as well as upon all absentees who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please stand? President Staben.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for specialist degrees and master's degrees please stand? Each of you has completed satisfactorily rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their faculty to receive master's or specialist degrees so earned.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the specialist degree or master's degree so earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education degrees please stand? President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their faculty to receive doctoral degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education degree so earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Students receiving the doctorate are given a doctoral hood whose parts are described in the commencement program. It is our tradition at commencement for doctoral candidates to be hooded by his or her major professor and greeted by their college dean. Doctoral candidates, please come to the stage to be hooded.
Mary Case, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry, Major Professor Chen M.Y. Dissertation, Extraction and Separation of Rare Earth Elements using tetrabutyl dicolamide in 1-octanol and carbon dioxide from chloride media, hooded by Robert Fox. Travis Lynn McCling, Doctor of Philosophy, Geology, Major Professor Robert W. Smith. Dissertation, Elucidating Water Sources and Interaction with Hydrogeologic Systems. Enthalpy, radon, and rare earth elements as naturally occurring tracers. Cody J. Perman, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Major Professor Robert Hiromoto. Dissertation, Scalable Distributed Feature Tracking and Remapping on Adaptive Unstructured Meshes for Finite Element Analysis. Glenn Anderson Roth, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering, Major Professor Fatih Adogan, dissertation title, Development of a 6-Field 2-Phase Model for Use in Reactor System Codes, hooded by Jerry McMurtry. Jeevan Khatri, Doctor of Philosophy, Nuclear Engineering, Major Professor Fatih Adogan, dissertation title, Design and Analysis of a Nuclear Thermal Rocket, Secondary Loop for Moderator Cooling and Emergency Decay Heat Removal, hooded by Jerry McMurtry. Jared Christopher Allen, Master of Engineering, Nuclear Engineering. Heidi Marie Roth, Master of Engineering, Engineering Management. Derek Verl Fowers, Master of Science, Technology Management. Mackenzie L. Gorham, Master of Science, Environmental Science. Tracy Vernell Anderson, Master of Science, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership. Kylie Marie Hansen, Master of Science, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership. Caleb Emery Harris, Master of Science, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership. Alan Brian Maskell, Master of Science, Nuclear Engineering. Lisa Marie Cardenas Nate, Master of Science, Technology Management. Monica Cervantes, Master of Science, Technology Management. Leslie Ovard, Master of Science, Environmental Science. Katrina Petrievna Savinchenko, Master of Science, Psychology. Brooke Elise Solberg, Master of Science, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership. Kelly Marie Werner, Master of Science, Biological Engineering. Andrew Lee Fox, Bachelor of Science in Technology, Industrial Technology. Shaylee Quinn Waslow, Bachelor of Science in Technology, Industrial Technology, magna cum laude. Christian Williams, Bachelor of Science in Technology, Industrial Technology. Shelby Elaine Hanning, Bachelor of General Studies. Stephanie Dawn Johnston, Bachelor of General Studies. Lane Dustin, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Economics and Applied Economic Emphasis.
While the graduates return, I must admit that I'm embarrassed. Our script left out our Regent Ashley, who is going to speak and bring greetings from the Regents. I hope she does not revoke the power vested in me to confer degrees. Regent Ashley, would you please give us a few words of welcome?
Well, thank you, Dr. Staben. You were saving the best for last, perhaps. President Staben, Dr. Skinner, honored guests, family, friends, graduates, greetings from the whole of the Idaho State Board of Education. Thank you for the opportunity to add a few words to this signal occasion. I don't know about everyone else in this room, but I, for one, am very happy to see signs of spring. Lots of tulips in Idaho Falls. More than one day in a row of sunshine. And even some perennials showing signs of growth. Spring is also one of the favorite seasons for members of the State Board of Education because we have the opportunity to truly get a sense of the accomplishments that graduations represent to the citizens and state of Idaho. Individuals with post-secondary degrees contribute to the well-being of their family, community, state, nation, and world. Economic activity, volunteerism, and societal engagement are all enhanced by educational achievements. I hope that each of you, having succeeded in your educational endeavors, will recognize your ability to make a difference in the world and pass on to others the value of education in our society and culture. On behalf of the members of the State Board of Education, the warmest congratulations to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Ashley, and I did not hear that my power to confer degrees was revoked, so we're going to assume that you're all still good to go. And therefore, graduates, if you would all please stand. This may be the moment you've been waiting for, and is to move your tassel from the right to the left, signifying that you're now graduates. Go Vandals, and congratulations. Thanks very much. You can be seated. I also wish to acknowledge our faculty. They are the principal source of guidance and knowledge for these students. They set our curricula, they advise, teach, and mentor students, and they conduct research and develop creative art and innovation, which they teach in their classrooms and advance to others around the world. Will all U of I faculty please stand to be recognized? Thank you so much for your service. I'd also like to ask the staff at the Idaho Falls Center to stand and be recognized. They are often the unsung heroes behind the scenes planning that what you do throughout the year will be successful. So Idaho Falls Center staff, if you're in attendance, they're usually in the back somewhere. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service as well. Now I'd like Kathy Barnard, the Director of Alumni Relations, to please stand, as well as all University of Idaho alumni on the platform and those in the audience. So all of you alumni, please stand. And let's give them a round of applause, sure. We even have some down here in the pit. So, and thank you, alumni, for welcoming the newest members of our alumni. You new members are joining, and as I said, an elite group of more than 100,000 members. Well, this concludes our commencement, and we invite everyone to rise and join in the singing of the alma mater. Then you may be seated until after the recession of the platform group and join us for refreshments immediately following in the art gallery. Thank you.
And here we have Idaho, winning her way to fame. Silver and gold in the sunlight blaze, and romance lies in her name. We'll go singing, singing of you, all proudly too. All our lives through we'll go singing, singing of you, alma mater, our Idaho. We'll go singing, singing of you, all proudly too. All our lives through we'll go singing, singing of you, alma mater, our Idaho. Thank you.